Hey, what's up everyone? Thank you for joining me for another video. I'm Patrick and I'm an artist in Montgomery, Alabama. In this video, I'll be painting a mini skateboard. This skateboard is going to be for my daughter, so I'm painting characters from her favorite TV show, Adventure Time. Now, she's not a big fan of having her favorite characters altered, which means I'm going to be painting these characters pretty straightforward. So I'm going to get started tearing this skateboard down. The first thing I'll need to do is get the wheels off the skateboard and sand it down. Then take a picture to use in Procreate so I can draw out my sketch. The design is finished, so I can tape up the sides of the skateboard and spray paint my background. For this project, I'll be using Montana Hardcore brand spray paints. Once the spray paint is dry, I can cut out my sketch, tape it together, then tape it to the skateboard with my transfer paper. As I've shown in my previous videos, I prefer to use transfer paper because it's the most efficient way to get my sketch onto what I'm working on. If I just try to draw it directly onto my projects, the lines would be too faded and they would easily smudge. I could also scar, gouge, or chip the background paint if I applied too much pressure with a pencil. So if I have a pre-designed sketch for a painting, this is the best method I've found so far. For this project, I have 13 different characters, which makes this the most characters I've ever put on any painting so far. I usually just have one character to paint, and previously the most I've done is 5 characters on one project. So this is definitely going to be a challenge. I need to transfer, prep, color match, and paint each character. This is what it looks like on the skateboard after being transferred. If you'll notice, it's upside down with a green sky and blue grass. If you're wondering why, it's because my daughter asked me to do it like this after seeing the sketch, because according to her, ooh is weird sometimes. Now I'll put a light coat of white on each character so the color from the background doesn't interfere with my paints. This is also going to help me save time because I won't have to use as many layers to cover the background. One more way for me to save time with this project is to paint multiple characters simultaneously. So rather than waiting for one layer of paint to dry on one character, I can swap back and forth and paint multiple characters at the same time. The very first character I'll paint is the Ice King, who started out as one of the main villains of the show. My daughter turned me on to Adventure Time a few years ago, and at first I didn't know what to make of it. But now we love watching it together. I was drawn to this story because everything in this world is a little crazy and it gives you a sense that anything is possible. I can also relate to it because it's so expressive and creative. While painting Bimo, who is a walking Game Boy that was created to see the world with a childlike wonder, the most difficult part was adding all these little details in these tiny little spaces. I'm used to working on larger projects, so this was a great opportunity to practice skills like this one. The last character to paint in this group is the Gumball Guardian. The difficult part for this character was that I don't have much experience doing translucent painting, so I had to figure out how to make it possible to see the gumballs in his head visible. After some trial and error, I was able to make it happen by creating a purple wash and painting over the outlines of the gumballs. With the first group of characters painted, I can move on to the center of the skateboard. This is the main focal point. Even though I want all the characters to look amazing, the center is what's going to tie everything together in this piece. And just like the last group of characters, I'll be jumping back and forth between these while letting each layer of paint dry. The first character I'll paint here is Finn Mertens, the hero of this story. Orphaned as an infant, Finn is now a teenager and the last human in OO. Another challenge I faced with this project was keeping the skateboard from rocking back and forth because of the curved edges, which is causing the skateboard to slide around while I'm painting. The next character is Princess Bubblegum, ruler of the Candy Kingdom. This character is made of gum, so she's made up of various shades of pink and magenta. Next is the Flame Princess. What's really fun about painting the Flame Princess is how her outline is brighter than her primary colors, which means I'll need to outline her with white first so the yellow outline will be nice and vibrant. The last thing for these three characters are their faces, outlines, and a few minor details. Alright guys, that's it for part 1 of this mini skateboard painting. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and when you do subscribe, leave a comment below letting me know and I'll reply back to you with a thank you. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.